Would you like to learn how to make this awesome Geometry Dash game in Scratch? I mean, look, it's amazing. Well, you die, which is unfortunate because I didn't plan for that to happen. You can jump. Ah! You can jump. Yeah. It scroll. It scrolls. Damn, I'm so tired. Terrible. Terrible. Done. Yep. What? Oh, okay. Let's try that again. Amazing. Master. Yes. What? What's that? Wait, did that just... So this is my Scratch profile, yo_gamermaker. You should follow it right now. I can't follow it, of course, but you know. So I've been scratching for 1 year, 6 months, so I know my stuff. So let's create a new project. And let's call this Geometry Dash. Should I tell you why? Because this is Geometry Dash in Scratch, people. Let's delete this cat sprite, which is sprite 1. Oh yeah, and if your Scratch editor looks different, don't worry. It's just because I have the Scratch add-ons, which you should totally get to. So what we're looking at is keep the outline of 4 and set it to like a goldy. Yeah, a goldy sort of colour. Now that's orange. Needs to be like in the middle, so spend your time choosing it. I obviously won't because I'm recording a video. And the last time I recorded a video, it got deleted because it was so long. That's why I haven't posted in ages. So we're looking at, we are looking at for it to be 34 by 34 pixels. And if you'd find out, if you hold the shift key while drawing it, you get a perfect square. Now I got 36 by 36. Take your time while drawing this because it needs, because it needs to be 34 by 34 pixels. You can't say, oh, don't worry, it's fine. It's only 33. Okay, yeah. Now, make sure it's fully centered, dragging the little cross into the big cross. So, then I'm going to add some eyes. I mean, like, which player doesn't have eyes? I mean, like, I've definitely not played games in Scratch. I haven't made a game with a player eyes. Okay, that's a bit too big for Geometry Dash. Center, put it more in the center, make it a bit bigger. And then if you go to your cursor icon, you can copy and paste it. And you can use the arrow keys to nudge it into place so it looks more perfecto. So now let's draw a mouth. I'm also using the rectangle tool since a lot of things in Geometry Dash are actually rectangles. If you didn't know. If you haven't played Geometry Dash, I don't know why you'd be watching this tutorial. Pretty silly, right? But some people just watch stuff for fun. I bet you so my last video got like 145 views. I bet half the people don't even know what I was using to make the video game. If you do comment, I know. Okay. Now, I've spent 4 minutes doing this so far, so let's just hope this video doesn't get deleted. Okay, so let's rename the sprite player. And then let's open a new tab because we need Geometry Dash music, right? Right. So, but first, you know what? Actually, let's make the level scroll first. So, paint a new sprite. I mean, this scrolling level is just so exciting, right? In fact, actually, I think all we're going to do today is this scrolling level since we've already wasted so much time. Sorry, everybody. So, let's draw the... let's draw the square. Okay, and then draw darker blue. Well, actually, I prefer it like that. But anyways, we need a new square. Make this lighter. I'll tell you why I'm going to do this later. So then, if you use this color picker icon, which is over here, you can swap those colors. Oh, wait, but then... Okay, and then let's just select this and make it brighter again because it needs to be brighter. Actually, wait, no. That's too bright. Okay, that's good. Then if we just like that, like that, like that, use the arrow keys to nudge it into the perfect sweet spot. Oh yeah, and this represents the full stage width. And if we know each one of these are 4 by 4 pixels, then it should be easy to draw like the 34 by 34 pixels. I mean, I've never mastered that. I haven't mastered that really, but I'm sure there's a lot of people who have. God, this takes so long. Oh yeah, and if you watch all the way to the end, you'll get a sneak peek of what is coming next, which isn't Geometry Dash because... Okay, let's try that again. Copy, paste. And then you can use this copy and paste button to copy and paste it, yeah. And then you can paste that again. And then use the arrow keys to nudge it around in the sweet spot. Copy, paste again. Okay, now as you can see, it's really off center in the stage. So, yeah. So you click 0, 0, and 0 in there. Okay, but now we need a white line since Geometry Dash is white, like white lines. So, yeah. And no, I didn't mean that to be like offensive or anything. I'm just saying. Oh my god, that line grew big. Big. That's the thing I hate about lines, adjusting them. Because it's so fiddly to use. Okay, that should be good. And make sure the line's full. So then let's go into our backdrops and draw a completely, like, sharply background yeah, since you don't want to know the answer. Trust me. And my level's off, so let's go back to the level editor, unfortunately. I hate drawing levels. It's the most frustrating thing ever because it really summons your OCD. And then you always have that pesky person saying, oh, the level's off. Okay, now let's rename this level. And then let's make this scroll. So let me just remind myself of the code. So here I've dragged out this red green flag click block. And then we're gonna hide. And then go to 0, 0. Now, what we're gonna do is we are gonna make this scroll. But first we have to go to our costumes. And first we have to draw a solid field. I like red, but it can be any color you want. Rectangle underneath this. It could even be transparent. You could have, it has to be solid. So then we are going to do this. In the costumes tab, rename this level 1.1. Level 1.1. Now, what we're going to do in our code tab is switch costume to level 1.1. Then we are going to do this. Create clone of myself. Now, I probably should explain the logic in this because you probably have no idea what I'm doing. So basically, instead of doing like tile scrolling or anything, even though we will be making an editor, but we're only going to use tiles for the level editor, so stick around for that. You know, I might not even make the level editor, so hit that subscribe button right now. So there's going to be a level editor. I mean, I'm sure you guys want a level editor. So, what we're going to do is we're going to get this level to scroll, and we're going to have a second level, like in the Flappy Bird code, which is also going to scroll and fill in the gap when that level's not there. So switch to costumes, duplicate that, and it already switches to level 1.2, which is great. Then what we're going to do is we're going to bring in a next costume block. And then create clone of myself. And set X to for motion. $480. Which, maybe I should explain my logic here. Basically, a full scratch expedition is 480 and the Y is 360. So if we turn it to 480, we'll scroll there. Like, on the edge. You get my logic, right, guys? Guys? Okay. And it's hidden, so there's no point. Anyways. Now, we're gonna code the clones. Oh yeah, sorry, my mistake. We actually change X by 480, and that's before. Since that might set the X to both of them. Now, let's do the clone. Clone. Okay, then we're gonna broadcast. Oh yeah, sorry, it says game on. I was working on another game as well. Let me just, can I delete? Nope, can't delete. Okay, let's broadcast a new message of green flag. Ooh. Green flag start. Yep. Then. Anyways, let's start this clone tab. You'll understand why I do that later. Anyways, when I start as a clone, let me remind myself of this code. Yes, I am very forgetful. Now, when I start as a clone, go. Forever loop. Now, we need a new variable. This is the orange tab down here. Okay, delete the my variable. Name a new variable speed for this sprite. No, for all sprites, yeah. Now, change X by speed. Now, we need to actually activate speed. So, in here, when I receive green flag start, green flag start, set speed to -10. Now, if we do this, yep, we have scrolling level. But of course, this is because of difficulty. Sorry, you won't have a scroll. And here are the final blocks of code for today. Yes, I've already done them because why not? So if expedition is greater than -480, change X by 916, next costume. Then you have a scrolling level. And if your level is really off, you're probably going to have to change your level. So I'm going to do that with you. They're the exact same thing. Oh, I need to shorten this down. What? Where did they go? Oh, this is actually so frustrating. Anyways, you should have your infinite scrolling level, so well done on that. And next week we'll be doing sprite collisions, such as like spikes and stuff. It's like the most frustrating thing ever. Okay. Now, anyways, drag that in a bit. And then, yep, that should be good. Now, infinite scrolling level, and it shouldn't look cursed. If it does, then goodbye.